Well, we're tuned up and ready to rock and roll for game number 7 here in day 2 of the Scorpion Invite. After we just watched an amazing game as the Bloomfield Bobcats trailing, really they only had the lead 1-0 in the game until Smoky Hill took a 3-1 lead. Bloomfield comes back and walks it off in the bottom of the 7th. 4-3, so if that's any indication of what games we're going to be watching today, we are excited again, for day number 2, as now we're going to see the Kirtland Central Broncos, the visiting, taking on,
Uintah Utes.
The Uintah Utes taking on Kirtland Central, and so for Kirtland, here is your batting lineup. As they will be batting first, it is leading off. Number 1, Elijah Solis. Hitting 2 is number 3, Jaron Tyler. Hitting 3rd is number 5, Jay Sosi. Hitting cleanup is number 12, Mateus Veith. Hitting 5th is number 8, Micah Aspis. Hitting 6th is number 16, Jordan Davis. Hitting 7th, number 17, Jacob Little. And hitting 8th, number 4, Shai Sims. And hitting 9th is number 0, Damon Allen.
And defensively for the Utes, we're going to have Brickman K, number 3, out on the mound today. Behind the dish is going to be number 8, Wade Benson. Over on first base, number 7, Braden Murray. At second, we have number 4, Riken Hacking. And at third base, we're going to have number 6, Kason Massey. At shortstop today, we're going to have number 1, Angel Rios. Out in left field, number 26, Kasten Yasuri. Out in center field, number 2, Hunter Funk. And out in right field, Zane Murray, number 21. And folks, we are expecting another fun, exciting game. I mean, all these games, every game so far has been exciting and fun to watch. So we don't expect anything less. You know, last night, Uintah, that was the game we were talking about earlier in the previous game, was how Uintah made a major comeback, tied it up at the end of the game. It was in the 7th inning, wasn't it?
It sure was.
When Farmington got a walk-off to win the game, but man, Farmington was up 8-1. Uintah came all the way back to tie it up and almost pulled it off, but Uintah playing tough, and today we've got Brickman K out on the mound for Uintah, so we'll see what he brings to the table. As yesterday it was Angel Rios, I believe. Is that correct, who was pitching?
That is
yesterday?
Right. He pitched a beauty.
Yes, he did.
He was really tough up until I think it was the 6th, 7th inning. Did a great job for his team, and now we're going to see Brickman K on the mound for the Utes.
And there he is, up on the screen.
And, as we've been saying all week long and all day long today, all day yesterday, send us a text message and let us know you're tuning in at 505-701-2222. Again, that's 505-701-2222. And we're getting it set for game number 7, as it's the Kirtland Central Broncos taking on the Utes from Utah. It's Uintah Utes.
Yeah, and if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead and leave a comment there as well. We'll read all the texts and all the comments coming in. Doesn't look like we have too many people on just yet, but I'm sure that will increase shortly.
Our good buddy, old pal, Brett Alexander, cool. He was asking about Caruth, if it was the younger brother of Caruth, played for a while back ago. Brett remembered him, but he said, enjoy tuning in to you and Captain America whenever I get a chance. Our good buddy, Brett Alexander, and he's well known in this community as well. He was the head coach for Aztec Baseball for a number of years, moved over to be assistant coach over at Pedro Vista, coached in, I believe, 2 Connie Mack World Series for 4C and the Club Sox. And so a great pillar himself. Actually, he even played in a Connie Mack World Series when he played in Connie Mack. So here we go. It's a 1-0 count for the leadoff hitter in Elijah Solis. And it's the scrappy Kirtland Central Broncos in all white uniforms, and the Uintah Utes in the sweet gray unis and trimmed in red. Well, they got some good-looking uniforms and stuff down there for the Utes. I was down there talking to their coach earlier, and yeah, they got an excellent logo.
Did you tell him we need to get him up here in the booth?
We do. I did. He was playing catch over there, so he said he'll try to get back up here. There's a foul ball up here. Is that finally going to be our ball?
No, it's not.
Oh, man.
It hit right above us, though. We don't want that ball coming up here, I'm telling you.
Well, we've got our guy Garrett Ignacio texting. He said, shout out to Coach Belleville. Coached me in baseball at Kirtland Central High School. I hope Cable is feeling better. Coached him in a CABA 8U World Series. Go Bobcats. Great game, great broadcasting team. So that's our guy Garrett tuning in. And there's a base knock right off the bat. Elijah Solis gets things going for Kirtland Central with a base knock out to left field.
And that's why you have that guy hitting first, correct?
Absolutely. And actually, I know you brought this up earlier. Let me see what he hit yesterday. Go ahead and take it. Nope, here we go. He was 2 for 4 yesterday.
Yes.
With 2 runs scored, and he was our Desert Sports Live player of the game yesterday. So, Elijah coming through again.
He had a courtesy runner come in for him. That's because he's pitching today.
Well, let's see if I can get eyes on who that is. Go ahead and take it while I try to see who we got over there.
So Brickman working from the stretch. We've got number 3, Jaron Taylor, who was on the mound yesterday for Kirtland and did a fantastic job. Pitched a great game for the Broncos yesterday. As
Steven, that is Chance Aspis now pinch running. Or, excuse me, courtesy running at first base.
Okay.
Aspis.
Chance Aspis. And we got that fun fact from Ian yesterday saying, that's going to get Aspis. You just said, I was trying to remember what you just said, Chance Aspis, over to second base on the passed ball. And so that will put a runner in scoring position already for the Broncos over on second, as that will be ball, or 1-1 is the count. Brickman checks the runner. There comes the pitch, and that's going to be hit right at the second baseman, and he gets it over to first, and they're going to go for third, and he gets him at third. So great job. That was 4-3 for the out number 1, and Aspis tries to get over to third, but first baseman 1-5 for out number 2.
Well, and he just got a late jump, did Solis, over at second base. He waited way too long. He did not have a very good secondary lead at second, and that was a rocket of a throw from the first baseman and Braden Murray. Big shot out into center field as it's the 3-spot hitter, Jay Sosi, the second baseman, F8 for out number 3. Quick work by the starting pitcher and Brickman K.
Well, I mean, if you're Brickman, you're appreciating your defense right now as they got behind him and made it happen. But as a pitcher, tell me if I'm wrong, but you want the ball put into play and let your defense do their work, get their out-on-out plays, and get you out of the inning.
Well, that's where you can tell you've got a seasoned pitcher. And what I mean by that is you're going to see a pitcher who's going to utilize his defense and not try to overpower everybody at the plate. He's going to pitch his game, throw his spots, and we're going to stop here just for a second so we can give you the offensive lineup. We didn't do it for Kirtland. We'll do it here in a moment. But offensively for the Utes, leading off number 2, Hunter Funk, hitting second. Number 21, Zane Murray, hitting third. Number 1, Angel Rios, hitting cleanup. Number 6, Kaysen Massey. Hitting 5th is number 8, Wade Benson. Hitting 6th, number 3, Brickman K. Hitting 7th is number 7, Braden Murray. Hitting in the 8th spot is number 26. Is it Kaysen? I think it's Kaysen.
Kaysen or Usery.
Usery?
That's how I said it was Usery.
Sorry. I butchered that one. So Kaysen Usery, and then hitting 9th is number 9, Raken Hacking.
And the batting lineup defensively for Kirtland is going to be number 1, Elias Solis out on the mound. Behind the dish, number 12, Matthias Vaith. Out on first base is going to be number 17, Jacob Little. On second base, number 8, Micah Aspis. On third base is going to be number 3, Jaron Taylor. Shortstop, number 5, Jay Sosi. Out in left field, we've got number 0, Damian Allen. Center field, number 16, Jordan Davis. And out in right field is going to be number 4, Shia Sims.
Wow, we got a little hangover from last night with the long day. Struggling a little bit with these names, but we're ready to dial it in. And I like looking over here, Stephen, as Uintah has a number of fans that made the trip down here from Colorado, and we are set to go. It's going to be Elijah Solis, and you heard Coach Bevel in our interview in the last game, towards the end of that game. And if you didn't get to hear it, he was pretty excited to see what Elijah can get on the mound and do for his team, Stephen. He said he's an off-speed specialist. Let's see what he's got to come against this lineup. And he's going to face Hunter Funk right off the bat. And Funk, in yesterday's game, he was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI.
Here comes the first pitch, and that's going to be low and outside for ball 1. And we see we have some people on there now. So, hey, if you're out there, leave a comment on Facebook. We're watching the comments there, or give us a text at 505-701-2222. We'll give you a shout-out. And there's a hit. Oh, and it gets past the third baseman. Good job by the shortstop, but it will not get over in time. So that will that be considered E5 then?
Yes, it hit right off the front side of his glove. Pulled his glove back, actually. I'm not sure why he pulled the glove back, but they're going to give him a hit, so we'll give him a hit.
All right,
there you go. So hit down third base side, almost made a good play, was the shortstop, gave it everything he had, and Jay Sosi. So now it's the 2-spot hitter. It's the right fielder, Zane Murray, up at the plate with the runner at first. And he'll look at an off-speed pitch in the dirt. Zane Murray was 2 for 4 in yesterday's game with 2 runs scored.
All right. So 1-0 the count. Runner on first. No outs here. Bottom of the first inning. Comes the pitch. That's going to be hit right at the second baseman. That'll be F4 for out number 1. Just a line drive shot. Good job by the second baseman in Micah Aspis. And the fun fact we learned yesterday was that an Aspis always wears number 8.
That's right.
And that is number 8, Micah.
Love hearing those fun facts.
That was some help from our good buddy Ian. I keep saying Ethan. I want to say Ian Arthur.
Shot out into center field, line drive, and it is handled. Great play by Jordan Davis. Stephen, that ball was tailing hard right, diving straight down to the ground. And Jordan Davis has to drop to his knees to haul it in for the fantastic catch, F8 for out number 2.
Man, I tell you what, we just continue to see this aggressive hitting from all these teams, swinging at those first pitches. I mean, we haven't seen many pitches from Mr. Solis yet. And there's another first pitch hit scooped up by the shortstop, and that will do it, as that will be 6-4 for out number 3. There was no runs on 1 hit, no runners left on base, and no Kirtland errors. So after 1 complete inning, your score is 0-0, and we will have 4, 5, and 6 coming up for Kirtland as we will head into the top of the second.
This wind really picking up now in this game. And both these teams are going to have to deal with it, as we're going to see Brickman K back up on the mound. He made quick work of Kirtland in the first inning. Really led off with the base hit, did Solis. Got a late jump at second, trying to run all the way across to third, and just a rocket of a throw from the first baseman and Murray. Doubled him up, and then an F8 got him out of the inning really quick. So it seems to kind of be the theme, Stephen, for all these games to get started. Like, 3 up, 3 down, 3 up, 3 down, and then the magic starts happening late in the innings.
I know we think, oh man, these games are going to end early on us, and then before we know it, we're hitting the time limit.
Yeah, we're not going to be that lucky. It ain't going to happen.
Hey, we haven't heard from anybody yet. Comment on Facebook or send us a text. Well, I shouldn't say that. We heard from Brett. He texted in, but send us a message on Facebook. Let us know who you're cheering for, where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout-out on the air.
Well, you ask and you shall receive, brother. We go, let's go, Kirtland Broncos. Shout-out to Elijah Salas from his aunt in Texas.
All right, getting to watch from Texas. We're hearing from all over the place today already.
And he led off Kirtland Central with a base hit. Now he's got his good old buddy, old pal, and his catcher, number 12, Matthias Veith, up to bat. And he's going to foul off a fastball right down the heart of the plate. 0-1 the count.
Matthias had a good game yesterday.
Is it Matthias or Matthias?
Well, sorry, I said
I'm
Matthias.
not even sure. I'm actually asking. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. We should have asked Coach Bevel when he was up here. Darn it, we always miss those opportunities.
Name clarifications.
Well, I've got 1-1 on the count.
That's what I thought too, but did he call that one a strike?
I didn't see him call it, but it doesn't matter. There's a ground ball to the shortstop, fielded cleanly. Rios with the moves his first baseman off the base with the wide right throw, but Murray does perfect mechanics, Steven. Gets off the base, catches the ball, applies the tag. 6-3 out. For number 1, that'll bring up the second baseman. He's hitting in the 5 spot. It's number 8, Micah Aspis. And here comes the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop again. High hop, but fielded beautifully. And he's going to have to work a little bit on those throws as he's been high both times. But, man, he is fielding the ball cleanly.
What I liked right there is you could see his eyes watch the ball right into the glove. He wasn't looking at first base or trying to look to where he was going to throw until he got the ball in his glove, took it right out, and just gunned it over to first base.
Perfect mechanics, and you're exactly right. Keeps his head down on the ball, does not pull his head up. And it's Jordan Davis who is becoming one of my favorite players.
Yes.
This kid is scrappy for Kirtland. I love his approach to the plate. He's been down a number of times with 2 strikes, and he is just such a tough out. He'll swing at a curveball and miss, but 0-2 the count.
We saw him battle through 10 pitches almost every hit or every at-bat yesterday.
You are right. I mean, he is tough.
Oh, he went after one there.
I mean, yesterday, Stephen, he was 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored, so he strikes out there. But nonetheless, he goes down swinging, and he's giving himself an opportunity, and that'll end the inning.
No runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. And so it will be 5, 6, and 7 coming up for the Utes as Brickman having a good day on the mound so far as he's went 3 up, 3 down both innings, and give a lot of credit to his defense. He has 1 strikeout. The rest got done by the guys behind him.
Well, let's see what Salas has in the mix for the Utes as we're headed down to the bottom of the second inning. And he looked sharp in the first inning, gave up a base hit, but fought right back. This is what I love about Salas, and we got to talk to his Coach Bevel, about this, is that he said he's not going to overpower you with this fastball. Where he's going to get you is he's got 2 to 3 off-speed pitches in his toolbox that he goes down and uses. And we've seen a little bit of that in the bottom of the first inning. Let's see what Salas has for the Utes here in the bottom of the second.
Well, folks, I hope you guys are enjoying the different camera views. We like to –
I am.
We like these close-up. I like putting it close-up on the kids on these views because I think it's important that you actually get to see the players, not just little guys running around on the screen. I know our full-field shot gets that way, but we definitely like to make it look good for you guys.
Well, if we've said this a number of times, we'll keep saying it. If it's any indication how that first game went for today's baseball, you all are in a treat.
Yep, in for a treat for sure.
here for the rest of the day in ball play.
Number 8, Wade Benson, the catcher, and he will foul that one off down the third baseline. So that will be strike one. 0-1 the count now.
And you said it's Wade Benson. He was 1 for 1 in yesterday's game. He had an RBI and scored a run. But he drew 2 walks and was hit by a pitch, so he had a pretty big day at the plate, getting the job done in different facets, which we talk about as a big part of the game. That's, in my opinion, that is the 5th part of the game. To me, the 4th part of a game obviously is offense, defense, and pitching. Mindset is the 4th. To me, in the 5th part of it is the mental aspect of knowing where you're at in the game.
Yeah, and we've seen, even though it's early in the season, we've seen some good situational baseball from some of these teams doing the right thing when it needed to be done. And here comes the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 3. So 3-1 the count now to Wade Benson, leading off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning for Uintah. But yeah, Uintah, man, just came alive at the end of that game last night. See what they can do here today. And that's going to be ball 4 as Wade Benson will make his way down to first base, which will bring up the pitcher, number 3, Brickman K, for the Utes.
Well, Brickman K yesterday hitting the 9th spot, and he was 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored for the Utes. So looking to see if he can get moving yet again at the plate for his team. He played third base yesterday. Actually, he played fantastic at third base yesterday for the Utes.
He did.
This young man is an electrifying infielder, no doubt about it, for the Utes. He can play some baseball. There's a shot out into left field, though. The left fielder right on over there. Damon Mosey's on over. Hauls it in for the F7, out number 1. And that keeps Benson stranded over at first, but coming to the plate, it's the first baseman, number 7, Braden Murray, who had the laser thrown over to third base to double up there in Kirtland in the top of the 1st inning. And let's see what he did yesterday, Steven. And he was 1 for 4 with a run scored in yesterday's loss. There's a shot. That's going to get down for sure. That's a base hit. And actually playing. Oh, we're going to play here? The throw just a little bit off from the center fielder now. And I just realized that Jordan Davis was in right field yesterday. Now he's playing center field.
Well, that was a base hit. And then he advanced on the throw to third. So nice little base hit there to put 2 runners in scoring position for Uintah now.
Well, this is something we didn't get to see from Uintah last night. And against the Farmington Scorpions, now they got 2 runners out of danger for having a double play or at least the force out. And there's a high fastball for ball 1 to Caiston. And Caiston yesterday, I don't remember seeing him playing in the game. Oh, he was in left field. Didn't get an at-bat in that game, but now he's getting an opportunity at the plate today. Beautiful.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a strike, but
it stopped me dead.
You're going to have to watch that one on the screen there. So
that did not miss by much if it missed.
Is that a 2-0 count?
It is 2-0. Yep, 2 balls, no strikes.
Okay. That caught the outside corner for strike 1. As there's runners on 2nd and 3rd, 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Uintah knocking on the door. Let's see if Usuri can come up with a base hit here and drive in a run. That's going to be a swing and a miss for strike 2.
Well, I guess you could say that pitch was high, but goodness, it dropped right across his thigh. So Kirtland's catcher felt like it was a strike. Umpire called it a ball. So we're 2-2 right now. Oh, darn it, missed that pitch. That was on the catcher right there. He should have caught that ball. And
so So that's going to score the first run of the game.
He's out. He check swinged. And a smart, wow, what a smart play by the catcher in Veith, Steven. It was a check swing. The hitter did not realize it. It was a pass ball, a run scored, so it's a 1-0 lead now for the Utes. But the hitter in Caiston did not realize he check swing, and Veith smartly runs over there, puts the tag on him, and the umpire calls him out. Check swing. Didn't realize he check swinged.
Oh, wow.
We've seen something crazy every day here, and that was certainly one of those.
I mean, that's a heads-up play we were just talking about that, these kids in that situational awareness, and good job by Veith to get the out there. Reichenhacking up at the plate now for the Utes. Oh, and he'll get hit by pitch, and he will make his way down to first base, and we'll be back to the top of the lineup. Runners on first and third. And we have Hunter Funk coming back up to the plate. He is 1 for 1 on the day. He had a single last inning. So if he can do that again, he'll drive in another run for his team. So here we go as we still have Elijah Solis out on the mound for Kirtland.
You can hear that wind really picking up. It is whipping these flags pretty heavily. He takes off to second. There's the throw back door to third. It's a wild throw, but good thing the third baseman in Jaron Tyler keeps that in front of him, and that keeps Murray over at third base. But Reichen steals second base easily, so 2 more runs in scoring position for the Utes. Let's see if their leadoff hitter in Hunter Funk can come through with another base hit. He's 1 for 1 already. There's a shot down left field. That's going to go foul. And I want to see who's out in left field because he's got a ton of speed. Damon Allen out in left, Steven. He got over there in a hurry.
Yes, he did. If it goes out in left field, you can rest assured he's going to get to it pretty quick. It's not going to take him too long.
No doubt about that. He'll get there in a hurry. So it's an 0-2 count on the leadoff hitter in Funk with 2 runners in scoring position and 2 outs, but it's a 1-0 lead for the Utes. Let's see if Funk can come through in a big way for his team. Here comes a pitch, off speed, and that was way outside. So great job by Veith to haul that in. No doubt if that gets past him, another run scoring.
Yeah, Veith, I mean, can't say enough about that kid. He's just played some great baseball for Kirtland in the last 3 games that we've watched. And he continues to do his job behind the plate. That's going to be outside and in the dirt for ball 2. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runners on second and third. Murray with an opportunity here to drive in a couple more runs, possibly with a base hit out into the outfield.
Working out of the stretch. Here comes Solis.
And that will make it a full count, as that was way outside.
Well, he got Funk in an 0-2 count and now has gone to a full count. So Funk knowing the strike zone, and Solis needs to be careful here on this pitch because I guarantee you Funk's digging in, looking for a strike here. And walks him. You know, that's not a bad walk, Steven. You got first base open. Funk already with a base hit. Now it loads the bases, but you're going to face the 2-spot hitter, the right fielder, number 21, Zane Murray, who's 0 for 1. He had a line drive hit to the second baseman. But the base was open at first. So now, if you're Solis, you really have to buckle down. If you're the pitching coach for Kirtland, keep it simple. You know? Yep. Don't get too fancy with the pitches here. Just go right at these hitters and utilize your defense.
That is in there for strike 1. Nice pitch there for Solis. He's got bases loaded. In a bit of a jam here, can help himself out. Like you said, I think you just attack the batter and don't do anything crazy or fancy. Just get your strikes here.
Nubbed it way out in front of that changeup. That didn't even break, so that shows you it's a changeup, and he was way out in front of it, hit it off the end of the bat. Hey, listen, folks, We see a ton of you online right now. We haven't gotten
That's
one
right.
text message or Facebook message from anybody.
Let us know you're out there.
Let's go, because I know there's a ton of you online watching right now. So whether you're rooting for the Utes or the Broncos, send us a text message or a Facebook message and tell us where you're watching and who you're rooting for. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. So Salas, he's in a good spot. He was here the last hitter, Steven. Kind of overthought some things on the spot. Ended up walking him. Let's see if he goes right at Murray. Look at that.
Yep.
Great piece of hitting. It's going to score 2 runs. And just, that was just a missed spot by Salas. Steven left that up in the upper half of the zone, dropped down right into the middle of the zone. And Murray did exactly what he's supposed to do, punch that out into right field with a line drive base hit and 2 RBIs.
Yep, just like you said, great piece of hitting there by Zane Murray. And you know what is, and I know I keep saying it, it's crazy, but every time we see a bunch of runs get scored, it's on 2 outs, and then whoever's up just rallies and starts scoring.
This whole tournament has been that way.
Yes,
you aren't kidding there. We've got the shortstop who threw an absolute gem last night against Farmington, now playing shortstop, number 1, Angel Rios. He's 0 for 1, flew out to center field in the bottom of the first inning. He's going to take a hack and miss. 0-1 the count, 2 outs. And it's a 3-0 lead for Uintah Utes from Utah over the Kirtland Central Broncos.
Here comes the pitch from Salas, and he's going.
Well, that hit him.
Hit by pitch, so that's going to load the bases once again, and we have made our way to the end of the lineup this inning. So if Kason Massey keeps this going, we'll be starting back over on the line where we started to begin the inning, as number 6, Kason Massey, the third baseman, now at the plate. Oh, I guess we're going to have a conference.
Well, how many times in this tournament, Steven, have we seen a pitcher go right out there, get 2 quick outs, and then just hit that dreaded wall? And you mentioned it a minute ago. I mean, we've seen it time after time after time in this tournament of having 2 outs for a pitcher, and the wheels just kind of start coming off in a specific inning, and then they settle down after that. I hope you folks love that mound view. I know I do. And it's not just because we're Desert Sports Live. I mean, that's a great view to see the coach and the players out there on the mound. So we're going to face a new batter, and it's going to be the cleanup hitter. It's the third baseman, number 6, Kason Massey. And he's 0 for 1. Had a ground ball hit to the shortstop, who pitched it on over to the second baseman for the 6-4 ground ball, out number 3 in the bottom of the first inning. And he's got a chance to really break this game wide open with a base knock.
It's going to be high and outside for ball 1.
He's got such a huge break on that pitch, does Salas. I really feel like he needs to start that curveball at the top shoulder of the hitter so it breaks down either off the hands or drops off the table over the middle of the plate. But unfortunately, they keep trying to throw him outside, and he is just not hitting that spot. So I like to see Salas just start throwing the curveball right at the top shoulder of the hitter. By the time it breaks, it's breaking right through the strike zone. 2-0 the count on Massey. Bases juiced.
And that one's way outside. Faith he's earning his paycheck today.
He sure is. That was a huge stop by Veith. Or Veith, excuse me.
I'm saying Veith. Is it Veith?
I think it's Veith.
Okay,
Yep.
Veith.
I think. 3-0. He's going to see a good pitch here. Got the green light, and it was a curveball in the dirt, so that certainly was ball 1, but that's the first time we've seen a hitter get the green light with a 3-0 count in this tournament, including yesterday.
Yeah, typically they don't swing on that one, or we haven't seen them swinging on that one.
You're right. That's going to score 2 for sure. Fielded by the left fielder. knocked it down, and that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Massey. That'll put another 2 runs on the board and extend the lead to 5-0 for the Utes.
And that will also start us over in the lineup as number 8, Wade Benson, comes back up to the plate here for the second time in this inning. Got to get my score sheet all caught up here. Get that camera changed over for you.
Well, we are going to face Wade Benson, who is walked in his first at bat, but also scored a run. So he's going to look at ball 1. And still another opportunity to score a run at third as the Utes have Angel Rio standing over there, waiting patiently, see if his guy is catcher, and Wade Benson will come through the base hit. There's a shot out into left field in the gap. I don't think anybody's getting to this. This may clear the bases, Steven, and it will. The runner from first will score, and it's a stand-up double 2 RBI for Benson. And that time, Salas flat out missed his pitch, put that right over the heart of the plate, and Benson did not miss.
Man, that was just a nice hit. And it's unfortunate, but I think that Uintah has definitely found their timing. Their start. That's the third 2 RBI hit, I should say, because that was actually a double. I wanted to say base hit, but Casey Massey actually got, or I'm sorry, Wade Benson actually got a double off of that as he punches in 2 runs.
We got a pitching change for the Kirtland Central Broncos, and coming in to throw is going to be number 17. That is Jacob Little. And so Salas will head on out to the outfield, I believe in center field. Yep, and then you're going to, so Jordan Davis will now move to first base. You'll see Jacob Little move over to pitching, and you will see Salas go out to center field. Well, I think he's going to be in center field. Center field or left field, but either way, Salas done on the mound, and they bring in number 17, Jacob Little.
Yeah, I don't think Coach had a choice there because it was just getting worse and worse by the moment.
You're right. Just got out of hand.
Yeah, you can't. You gotta stop the bleeding at some point, and so he brought in a new pitcher. Elijah Salas will be moving out into the field, and you said that Jacob Little, correct?
That is correct.
Has now went to the mound. And where did you say that Elijah Salas went to?
So Salas will be in center field,
okay.
And now Jordan Davis went from center field to first base.
Okay, now we're all straight. So,
gosh, we couldn't tell you this in the last game last night. We were so fried.
Yeah.
It was tough to keep up with everything. And then, I don't think people realize, Stephen, we have a plethora of people that continuously walk into the press box here and asking us, telling us stuff, giving us information and all that. Sometimes our attention is pulled away, and it certainly happened last night. I don't know how on earth the both of us missed a run for the Utes, but we missed it somewhere.
We did miss it last night.
So we apologize about that, but truly we were in the middle of an interview. We had 2 other people walking in a big spot against that Farmington game, just kind of took our attention away for a moment, and that was long enough for us to miss one of the runs scored. We'll try to make sure that doesn't happen today.
We will definitely try our best to make sure we keep up with everything today. But we have number 3, the pitcher, Brickman K, heading up to the plate now for the Utes as we have a new pitcher in Jacob Little.
Well, Brickman K, 0 for 1 on the day thus far, flew out to left field. And he's got another opportunity to put a run on the board, Steven, as Benson standing out at second base. Insert the left-handed pitcher in Little. Here comes the first pitch inside, and that'll push the runner over to third base. That was a very tough ball to break down if you are the catcher in Veith, because that's almost skipped off the foot of the hitter. Tough to pick it up in front of you. It squirts out onto the right side of him, And an easy run over to third for Benson. And ball one on K.
All right. So Jacob Little gonna have to find his rhythm here as he just came on the mound. Here's the pitch. Nice. He's going to go for the throw down, but he throws it out into left field, and that's the danger of making that throw. That's going to score another run for the Utes, as the score will now be 8-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And Kirtland has 2 outs. They just need one more out, and it's like I said, they had the 2 outs, and that's when Uintah started scoring all the runs.
Yep, they got the 8-0 lead. Now there's a ground ball to the shortstop. Tough hop, but it's handled beautifully.
Oh,
and patted his glove a couple of times before he threw it. Threw it in the dirt, but the center fielder turned into the first baseman, Jordan Davis, just couldn't dig it out, and it's going to be E6 on the throw by the shortstop.
Yeah, Kirtland, the wheels have kind of come off, and that's the out-on-out plays that we talk about. You have to get that out right there instead of being out of the inning. Now it's 2 outs and a runner on first.
Yep, and then you've got Braden Murray, who's already 1 for 1 with a run scored, stepping up to the plate, as it's an 8-0 lead now for the Utes over the Kirtland Central Broncos here in the bottom of the third inning. Relief pitcher Jacob Little out there trying to get the third out. And we've had, I think, 5, 1, 2. Let's see, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 batters up to the plate, Stephen, with 2 outs for Kirtland. And that's what we're talking about right there. Kirtland just needing 1 out to get him out of the inning, and then they faced 7 hitters after they had 2 outs, Stephen. They scored 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs with 2 outs. And we're going to have a balk. So that's going to automatically move the runner from second over to third, or excuse me, from first to second. And
that wind is really starting to pick up.
Oh, it is. It is whipping. I don't know if y'all can hear these flags whipping right next to us. The Scorpion flags up on top of Ricketts Park fence. 0-1 the count. Another runner in scoring position at second base. That's K after the balk by Little from Kirtland. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Up high on the fastball for ball 1.
Yeah, Kirtland, and this is where it can get discouraging when you can't get that last out. And Uintah just has all the momentum in this game right now. And here comes the pitch from Little, and it'll be fouled off for strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to Murray, and he already has a base hit and a run scored here in this inning. Looking to see if he can't advance that runner over on second to continue things here in the second. Little checks the runner. That's going to be knocked out into the gap. Let's see if he gets to it, and he does. Good job.
That's that speed we were
by
just
the
talking
left
about.
fielder. It looked like it was going to fall, but that'll be F7 for out number 3. But, man, I got to make sure I get everything covered here. We had 8 runs on 3 hits, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Kirtland error. So after 2 complete innings, Uintah now leading 8-0 as we are headed into the top of the third, where it will be 7, 8, and 9 for the Broncos. That'll be Jacob Little, Shia Sims, and Damian Allen that just made that nice catch out in left field. And you are correct. He is extremely quick. I mean, from our point of view, it looked like that thing was going to get down and there were going to be some more runs scored. But good job by Damian Allen.
Turn on the Jets. So it's an 8-0 lead. We're headed in the top of the 4th inning for the Kirtland Central Broncos. Or pardon me, top of the top of the third inning. I got all mixed up here with my, I forgot they batted through, did the Utes. So, as Stephen mentioned, Jacob Little, the now pitcher for the Kirtland Central Broncos, will get his first at-bat of the game. He'll step in on the left-hand side of the box. And it's still Brickman K on the mound for the Utes, who, Stephen, I don't even know if his pitch count is over 20 yet. It's wild to say that.
I think you're right. There's a swing and a miss for strike one as Little now at the plate for the Broncos.
I mean, yeah, he's under 20 right now. He's at 18. Soft ground ball hit to the first baseman. Those are always tricky plays. If something's going to go wrong, it's always in those slow rollers.
Yeah, but he did a good job. That's Braden Murray as he scoops it up. And, you're put in a situation, do I tag him, do I touch the base? Your mind can go 100 different directions right there, but he just scooped it up, knew what he was going to do, went right over to first base, touched the bag, and gets out number one. Number 4, Shia Sims now at the plate for Kirtland. There's a swing and a miss, and, man, he did not get his hands going on that one, did he?
Boy, he got completely fooled on that pitch. Was expecting a fastball, swung just right over the top of it on that off speed. Comes back with the same exact pitch, fouls it off, and now I wonder if Kay's just going to pepper a fastball in there. Let's see if they throw it on the outer half of the plate and see if they could get him to either chase it or ring him up. But I've got a feeling we're going to see a fastball here. Working out of the windup is Kay. Nope, comes with another off-speed pitch up high, fouled off by Sims. So Sims battling at the plate. Eventually we're going to see that live fastball from Kay.
Good job by Sims. If it's close, you swing at it.
That's right.
You're in that situation. So 1 out, no runners on. 0-2 the count to Sims. Swing and miss for strike 3.
3 straight curveballs.
Yeah.
3 straight.
So good job by Brickman as he will take Sims down swinging. And that will bring up number 0, Damian Allen, the left fielder.
This will be Allen's first at-bat for the Kirtland Central Broncos. With 2 outs, Kirtland looking for any kind of life to get something started offensively for their team, but Brickman just hasn't let up, Stephen. He's been lights out thus far. He's really utilized his defense. He's only got 2 strikeouts in this game, but look at all these F8s, 6-3, 6-3, unassisted by the first baseman, F8, 3-5. I mean, just down the line, utilizing his defense.
Yeah, he's doing his job as a pitcher, and then when the ball comes into play, his defense is allowed to do the rest. And that's exactly what's happening. This Uintah team, I know they've only played, 4 or 5 games, but you can tell they're continuing to improve. They're getting better. Last night was kind of a crazy situation, but they fought back in that game.
Well, what a testament to this coaching staff and this team for Uintah Utes. I think that might have bit the catcher. It sure did. Here comes the coach to look at him. You see the courtesy walk out to the pitcher from the umpire. He'll come clean off the plate. I think that might have hit him in no man's land. As you can see, he's talking to Coach. Coach is just going to bring a ball out here. He'll clean off the plate. There you go. That's that catcher's courtesy. Catcher-umpire courtesy. But what a testament to this team. They darn near pulled out that game last night against Farmington. But, one of the things I guarantee you Coach talked to his kids about is you cannot wait till the 5th or 6th inning to come alive. And you can see that in this team today, their approach at the plate, the pitcher's approach on the mound, utilizing his defense. This looks like a different ball club today.
Yes, it does. We've got Damian Allen up there, full count, 2 outs. Brickman will bring the pitch working from the windup, and that's going to be low and in the dirt. So that will send Allen down to first on the walk. So Kirtland now with a base runner.
Yep, now we're back to the top of the lineup. It's Elijah Salas, who started this game on the mound, now out in center field. He is 1 for 1 in this game. And I think, Steven, that is the first – no, I'm sorry. Obviously, Salas got a base hit, so he was the first runner on base. But they haven't had one until just now. Allen drew the walk. So this is only their second runner on base in this game. There's a shot to third. He better get – oh, no, there's two outs.
Yeah. Wow, great job by the third baseman. That was Kason Massey to just snag that thing out of the air. That was a line drive hit, and he had to move quickly to get to that thing. But no runs on no hits, one runner left on base, and no Uintah errors. So that's going to do it for the top of the third inning. The score remains 8-0 as Jacob Little will come back out onto the mound for the Broncos.
That was a laser shot hit right at third, and man, that's why you play the hot box. They don't just put anybody over at third base just to fill a spot. You got to be prepped because you're playing so close to home plate being at third base. Obviously nowhere near close to home plate as they do in softball, but still nonetheless, they're awfully close, and that was blasted. So for the Utes, it's going to be 8-9-1 coming up. It's Useri, and we apologize if I'm mispronouncing that, but Useri, I think is how you say it, Hacking and Funk all coming up to bat. And it's going to be their second at bat for 8-9 for sure. And after this game, we will be bringing you the Aztec Durango game. That's the 2:30 spot. Then, of course, we'll finish up tonight as Pedro Vista will continue to look onto their winning ways as they will take on Grants, and that's no easy team to take on. Grants is as advertised.
Grants is looking tough. They are looking good. That's why I laughed when the coach was telling us they were struggling a little bit. I was like, man, they're looking pretty tough to me.
And then in the nightcap, Farmington will be taking on Pueblo West.
All right, so that one's in the dirt low for ball one to number 26, Usuri, and he is the 8-hole hitter. We've got 8-9-1 coming up here. And that one's in there for strike one.
Nice spot in the inner half of the plate on the right-handed hitter for the left-handed pitcher in Little. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball right back up the middle. Fielded by, popped up on the second baseman. And how many times have we seen that, Steven? Waiting on the ground ball to come to you, and it pops up on you at the last minute, E4. As Micah Aspis was right there, just needed to take a step, half a step into that ground ball, so you cut off that bad hop it's going to take on you. We've just seen that time after time again.
Yeah, and it right when it got to his glove, it just hopped up into his chest. It took a crazy bounce. That one's going to be low for ball one.
And it's Riken Hacking, the second baseman, who got hit by a pitch as his first at bat in the bottom of the second inning, scored a run as well. And I would imagine we're going to see Useri take off to second at some point. Long leg kick. There's a shot out into center field. Salas out there for the F8. Hall in for out number 1.
Yeah. Oops.
So Hunter Funk will make his way to the plate, and Funk is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored for the Utes, and Useri still stranded out over at first base.
Yep, good job by Sauce. Gets under that one, gets the first out. Jacob Little on the mound working from the stretch. 1 out, runner on first. Here comes the pitch. That's going to be low inside for ball 1.
Gosh, and I'll tell you what, Veith is getting his work in today.
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot tell you how many times he's had to dig a ball out of the dirt or take one off the chest. And we're only in the fourth inning.
Third inning.
Excuse me, third inning. Gosh,
I know.
That batting through, oh no, air-mailed the throw. That's going to roll out to right field. He may take off to third. Yeah, he's gonna. No hesitation. We're going to have a play. Here's the throw. Not in time. It was darn close, but goodness. Useri gets on his horse after the air-mailed pickoff move to first from Little. Threw it over the head of his first baseman in Jordan Davis, and then you had the second baseman in Aspis and the right fielder in Sims all closing in on the ball. Useri, he was not looking at the coach. He was going all the way to third.
Yep.
He didn't care what coach was telling him to do. And now another run possibly to come across the plate for the Utes if the leadoff hitter and Funk can get something going. And now you're going to see Funk dig in, Steven, as it's going to be a defensive pitch for Little and an offensive approach for Funk as he's going to see a strike.
Ooh,
and nope.
It's up high.
Yeah, he tried to throw that fastball right down the middle, but just got away from him up high. Hey, we've seen somebody already get the green light with a 3-0 count. Let's see if Funk gets the same thing.
I would be willing to bet he does. In this situation, his coach might let him hit away. Oh.
Off the top side of the glove at the second baseman Aspis, and that's going to be a base hit for Funk as Aspis. I'm going to assume he jumped about as high as he possibly could to catch the ball. Just went right off the top side of the glove, and now it's a 9-0 lead for the Utes.
Yeah, this Utes team is just got their bats on fire right now, and Kirtland just not having an answer. And we have number 21, Zane Murray, the right fielder. He'll take strike one. Yes, he has a runner on first and one out. They just added a run to their total as it is 9-0. Is there a mercy rule in
10?
10 at 5?
Yep, 10 at 5.
Okay. So Kirtland's going to have to get things going, or it could be an early day for them. That one's going to be low for ball one.
Zane Murray, the right fielder, is 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBIs and a run scored for his team. And Murray here with another opportunity to advance a runner further. And he's going to swing and strike out, but he's going to make it to first base. So that is going to go down as a strikeout, but he'll move down to third base on the missed ball from the catcher. And that'll move Funk from first to second. So now that brings up the 3-spot hitter. It's Angel Rios, and Rios is 0 for 1. He was also hit by a pitch and scored a run. And
they're bringing in a runner.
Yep, there you go. Maybe.
At least that's what.
Oh, wait. First base was occupied. That's why. I didn't even realize.
Oh, so he is
out. Struck out, and he's out. So 2 outs now, but a runner over at second. And we got a 9-0 lead for the Utes.
All right, now I got that corrected.
And we know for a fact it's 9-0 today. We don't got a whole lot of people bugging us right now here in the press box. So we're on top of our book. He's going to steal third easily. Now he's going to score from third. What a move by Funk to just pick up the angle. And what a piece of hitting that was by Rios to just push it out to right field. It was a curve ball that dove down at the outer half of the plate on a right-handed hitter. He punches it out to right field and gets himself a base hit and an RBI. Great piece of hitting by Rios. Man, and it's a 10-0 lead.
This Uintah team is just on fire right now at the plate. And Kirtland struggling to come up with the defense it takes to get these outs. There's 2 outs and a runner on first now. That's going to be in there for strike one. He tries to throw him down at first, which has been dangerous today because they've had some overthrows, and it cost him a run or two, didn't it?
It
No,
sure
I know
did.
one for sure.
Yep, air-mailed it out to right field and got a run scored. Then we had a bad throw on a pickoff move that scored another runner.
There's a hit to the shortstop. Oh, and it bounces over his head. Oh, and he's heading to third. We're going to have a play. Nope, he gets there. So Rios makes it all the way over to third, and another base hit for Uintah, as they now have 3 base hits. And
again, with 2 outs.
with 2 outs, yeah. That seems to be the theme, is we get those 2 outs, and then that's when things start happening. All right. I got everything up to date. There we go. Now you got your lead runner. There's a pitch. That's a nice looking pitch in there for strike 1 to number 8, Wade Benson, who is that one for one?
Yep,
one for one with a walk and 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs.
I was going to say, he's had himself a day.
Yes, he has.
Nope.
Oh, and that's going to score another run as the ball hits the dirt and gets past the catcher. Take away the force at second as Rios comes across to put run number 10 up on the scoreboard. Let's see. Oh, 11? Do we got 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You are correct. I was 1 off, so 11 runs. We've got Wade Benson at the plate, and he has a 1-1 count with a runner out there on second base. Here comes the pitch from Little.
They got it dialed in now. Well, you know, Steven, if you're the head coach for the Utes, you have to be really happy how your team came out and responded after a tough loss. And not to mention a freezing cold game. That is tough conditions to play in. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Benson, who's got an opportunity to put another run up on the board.
Oh, he punches him out with strike 3. He calls that inside corner.
Well, he's saying it hit him is what he's trying to say. And how did you call me out with the ball hitting me? He doesn't have to move. That's not a rule anymore. The runner, the hit. Did you get that dialed in on that pitch for the hitter?
Well, yeah, I didn't change it, so it should be right there. You should see it happen.
See what happened here.
We get to watch. We have the luxury of watching the stream. It's a little bit behind, so we can see when it comes up. So let's see if that's whoop. No, I didn't see it. It already went by on this one. I just missed it.
Nope, it did not hit him. That's the right call by the umpire. I mean, if he called him out, he called him out, but it did not hit him. So that's a strikeout, though, but not after the Utes put up a big 3-spot up again and extend their lead 11-0 heading into the now we're in the top of the 4th inning, right?
Yeah, you were trying to get there early, but we're finally there. Finally going into the top of the 4th, 11-0.
I'm still confused over here. I'm like, wait a minute. I forgot to wipe those out.
Yeah, you forgot to change it on your book. That's where you're having the problem.
I sure am. I'm completely lost here. All right, we're dialed in again.
It's because on our scorebooks we had to go into an extra. We had to go to the next inning. What was it? The third inning.
That's right.
They went through their lineup. Uintah went through their lineup and went, I think, 4 batters after that. So nonetheless, here we are. Uintah back out on defense. Brickman still on the mound, and for Kirtland, we have 2, 3, and 4 coming up. We have Jaron Taylor, Jay Sosi, and Matthias Vieth, or Matthias. We haven't decided.
Maybe somebody was down in the bullpen for Kirtland, but nobody's down there. So I think Coach Bevel is going to stick with Little, kind of finish out this game. And do we have a new hitter? No, we don't. But do we have a new catcher? I think we got a new catcher.
Do we?
Benson, number 8. Yep, it is now number 21 catching.
That's Zane Murray. He was playing right field.
Yep, he is catching now. Let me see for the right fielder out there. Nope, they don't have the numbers on the front.
So Jaron Taylor will step into the box, and that will be ball one as it is low and outside. Jaron Taylor, who pitched a fantastic game last night for his Broncos. That'll be fouled off down the third baseline.
Almost snuck it in.
We've seen a lot of good hits go over that third base, haven't we? Right down that third baseline. Score some runs here in these games, but here comes the pitch from Brickman.
Well, and here's where you're going to see the resiliency of your team if you're Coach Bevel for Kirtland Central is you're down by 11. You haven't had any kind of momentum going for your team, at least offensively. And right now you want to see these kids really dig in. You want to see what they're made of. And you're facing a really – oh, there's a shot to Thor. Look at that. I mean, that is just a big-time player at third base. There's no other way to put it. That kid at third can absolutely play ball.
Kason Massey with another great play from that third base position. And it will be the 5-3 out, number one. And next up is going to be number 5, Jay Sosi.
And Sosi, he's 0 for 1. There's a big high fly ball to the third baseman. He's going to call everybody off, but it's going to move him around with the wind. Holy smokes.
Wow.
Steven, that ball started at third base line. It went so high the wind blew it to where the shortstop normally plays.
Yeah, you could see he went and stood almost on third base and then had to run about 10 feet to the left to catch up to that thing.
I almost want to put F6. It went so far over.
He could have just given up on it and let the shortstop come get it. That's how far over it went. So next up, Matthias Veith, number 12, the catcher.
And he's 0 for 1, grounded out to the shortstop.
Oh, that looked good. Must have been a little bit high.
Well, one thing that we can definitely say with confidence is all of these umpires yesterday and today have been extremely consistent.
Yeah, I'm sure coaches might think there's some things they don't like or whatever, but I feel like they've done a good job since we've been watching.
There's a shot out into left field. That might get down, and it does. Goodness, Veith really barreled that up and hit a shot out into left field.
So that will be the second base hit of the game for the Broncos.
Man, I didn't even realize that till you just said that.
Yeah. They had the very first batter. He got that base hit, but since then, they have not had a base hit till now. So with 2 outs, and this is where we always see things happen, is with 2 outs, Kirtland comes up with that base hit, and there's a swing and a miss as we now have – whoops, I put that on the wrong –
well, did he throw that almost into the left-handed batter's box? And he swung at that? I missed the pitch, but goodness, it looked like it went way over there.
And he's going to look down there to first base, but he will hold on to the ball. So Veith down there on first. Did they bring in a runner for him? Because he plays catcher.
Yep,
okay, so it's not
courtesy
Veith.
Runner.
So there's 2 strikes, so 1-2 the count now to Aspas, the second baseman, as he has a runner on first base and 2 outs. Brickman checks the runner over at first, working from the stretch. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be popped up. Is he going to be a little Texas leaguer?
It is.
It is. And it's going to fall. Oh, he's heading to third. Oh, no.
Well, the runner just ran himself out of out number 3.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. He should have stopped at second. And I don't know, did he feel like the coach told him to run, or did he just do that on his own? Or I'm not even sure what it happened there exactly. Does that still counts as a base hit though?
Sure does.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
So we had no runs on 2 hits, no runners left on base, and no Uintah errors. So after 3.5 innings, the score remains 11-0 as the Utes continue to put the clinic on with the bat, as they will be heading into this this bottom half of the inning, and it will be Brickman, Kay, Braden Murray, Kasten Usuri. That's 6, 7, and 8.
Well, up to that point, Stephen, Brickman K has been shut down baseball up on the mound for the Utes. Had a couple of hiccups. Kirtland Central showing how feisty they can be at the plate with 2 back-to-back base hits. But just some base running errors run him out of the inning. But K will take it. He says, I'm not always going to be perfect, and that's where I'm going to utilize my defense. The defense came through for him big time. And he is just cruising right along. He's only given up 3 hits in this game. And we still got Little on the mound as we're headed into the bottom of the 4th. So really, we're going to see 6 more outs in this game. And once Kirtland gets to the top of the 5th inning, unless they put 2 runs on the board, this game's going to be over.
Yep.
As we got another excellent game coming to you here after this. It'll be the Aztec Tigers taking on the Durango Demons. And he turned on that one big time, did K, as K is 0 for 2. So is K due?
It looks as if he is. Every time we say that, that seems to happen too.
Sure does.
Let's see if Brickman can come up with a hit here. Like you said, he's 0 for 2. He did get on base on the E6 back in the 2nd inning, but he has not got a hit. Here comes the pitch. He's going to swing and miss. That thing dropped out, didn't it?
It sure did.
Wow.
I mean, that started at the belt and ended at the shins.
Yeah, so that's 0-2 count now to Brickman K, the pitcher for the Utes. Trying to get things started for his team here in the bottom of the 4th. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be low and in the dirt for ball 1. And like Albert said, if Kirtland can't come up with some runs in the 5th inning, this game will be over.
It'll be the first game that's going to be over early, possibly. Let's rephrase that. Here comes a 1-2 pitch from Little.
That one is high for ball 2. So 2-2 the count now to Brickman, and it's kind of quiet and windy out here right now, isn't it?
It sure did get quiet out of nowhere, and when you got an 11-0 lead and not a whole lot happening on one side of the ball, it's tough for these fans to make some noise, and it's a full count now again. Little had an 0-2 count on K, now 3 straight balls thrown, and has worked itself to a 3-2 count. Let's see if Little can dig in and help himself out with getting an out here. Here comes a pitch. Fly ball to shortstop, should be F6. Unless the wind has something else to say about it.
and that looks really routine and an easy play to make. But with this wind, you never know what's going to happen when that ball's coming down. And good job by Jay Sosi there to make that catch, get out number 1. And,
that's a big out, actually. When you got that guy coming up there, all the momentum's on the side of the Utes. That's a big out.
Kasten Usuri, number 26, the left fielder. He is 0 for 2.
I think it's Braden, number 7.
Oh, did I get that wrong?
Ground ball to third. It's got to be a big throw, and it is. Wow. Look at the arm from the third baseman. And number 3, Jaron Tyler, gets it over there in time for the 5-3 ground ball out number 2.
Really?
Now your guy is up to bat.
Yeah, there you go. Usuri, Kasten Usuri. I was just one batter ahead, but yeah, Kasten Usuri, number 26, with 2 outs, no runners on, will come up to bat for the Utes. Good job by Kirtland to get those first 2 outs. Now they got to just get 1 more, and that is a big shot. Out into right field, should be F9, and yes, he does come up with it. Ooh. So after that rough inning, Kirtland comes back with 3 up, 3 down, no runs on no hits, no runners left on base, and no Kirtland errors, as it is 11-0. Kirtland has to come up with at least 2 runs here. in order to keep this game going as we are headed in to the top of the 5th inning, where it will be 6, 7, and 8. Jordan Davis, Jacob Little, and Shia Sims. And let's see what Kirtland can come up with.
Yeah, Kay still on the mound for the Utes, and why take him out? I mean, I honestly, I don't even think he's reached 50 pitches yet for the Utes, and he is throwing a beauty.
Where's Mandy Sagata when we need her?
I know, man.
Checking the game changer.
She's
for
ignoring us.
I know.
That's where she's at.
Didn't
She's
invite
like,
us
you know
to
what?
her birthday party, and then
I don't want you guys at my house. I don't want you over here for my birthday or any cookouts, and I certainly don't want to help you out anymore.
I sure hope
in
she's
Game
listening.
Changer. By the way, Mandy, if you are listening, Steven is forcing me to say those things, so if you beat somebody up, please beat him up.
Oh, man.
Let's see if Kay can come in here and close this out. He's thrown a gem of a game for the Utes today, and you know, we talked about the resiliency of this Kirtland Central Bronco team, and they certainly are that. It's just sometimes it's your day and sometimes it's not. And in baseball, it certainly goes that way. And right now, you've got Jordan Davis, who is 0 for 1. Isn't it wild to say that Davis has only had one at-bat thus far?
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, and 9 have only been up to the plate once.
That is crazy to say, but that inning, that's going to be a high fly ball out into center field, and that will be F8 for out number 1. I think it feels weird because we had that inning that lasted so long that when Uintah was getting all those. What was that? The second inning.
Yeah, they really took off in the second inning. That was a huge inning for the Utes.
So Jacob Little now at the plate for the Broncos. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be outside for ball 1. So Kirtland just ran into a very tough Uintah team, and I think you're right. Oh, that's going to be hit right to the second. Oh, it gets past the second baseman and will make its way out into right field. That will be a base hit for Jacob Little, correct?
No, that's
is it an error?
For
okay.
Sure. Yep. Should have jumped right in front of that ground ball and took it off the front of the chest, try to take it in a forehand, and it just bounced right over the top of his glove.
All right.
But either way, get on how you can.
Yep, we'll take it. Or I should say they'll take it.
So Shia Sims at the plate. He struck out his first at-bat in the third inning, and that's how dominant the Utes and Brickman K have been. He didn't get his first at-bat till the top of the third inning. And now he'll look at strike 1 as he's got Little over at first base with 1 out, and they're down 11-0.
That's going to be foul. That would have been a nice hit if that thing would have landed fair.
He could have found a way to sneak it in there, no doubt. See, 18 pitches is what he was at an inning ago.
Did somebody text that into you?
Yep.
Oh, he tried to call timeout at the last second there, but the ump didn't give it to him. He had to get his hand back on the bat and take the hack. So 0-2 the count, 1 out, runner on first, as Shia Sims trying to help his Kirtland Broncos out here. They need 3 runs to keep this game going. That's going to be fouled off to stay alive. As we are in the top of the 5th inning, and it's a 10-run mercy rule, so Kirtland has to come up with 3 runs here.
Easier said than done with
Yes.
a bulldog on the mound like Kay. And, of course, the pitcher's best friend, right? Oh, got him looking. Man, anytime you give an umpire to give that big third strike call, he's going to do it.
Yeah.
And they're going to be over the top with it. So he's going to bring up number 0. He's the 9-spot hitter, and Damon Allen, and he drew a walk at his first at-bat, top of the 3rd inning. So this is it right here, Steven. He's got to get on or this game is over. There's up here to us. Oh, the first one.
Almost had it.
Just can't get a ball up here at all. Not one time.
I don't want one, Albert. I don't want one. You see all this
Stay
equipment?
away from this side. Bring it right here.
All
So
right.
0-1.
That's low in the dirt for ball one. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, runner on first. Brickman K has thrown a game today as he's still on the mound with a low pitch count. Just needs one more out, and that's going to be hit right over the second baseman's head. Whoops. And that will be a base hit for Damian Allen. That will move Jacob Little over to second, and we will have number 1, Elijah Salas, coming up to the plate now for the Broncos.
Well, you got a badly needed 2 runs on base right now with 2 outs right here. You've got to dig in, and you got to step up if you're Elijah Salas hitting in that leadoff spot, and he is 1 for 2 on the day with a base hit and a line shot at third base. And he's got an opportunity here at least to get 1 run across the board if he could come up with a base hit. And K comes set, fastball out in left field. That's going to be a tough play. That's going to score a run. And it's fielded in. They'll move the runner over to third base. And that is what you're looking for if you're the Kirtland Central Broncos, to keep this game at least hopefully moving now. It's a 10-run lead for the Utes, and they only need 1 more run to keep this game going.
Oh, that's right. I said 3. They only needed 2, right?
That's all right. We knew what you meant.
Yeah. You my back.
We had you. Base hit with the RBI for Salas, and what did I say? You got to come through? He did just that. So now it is Jaron Tyler, who's 0 for 2 in this game with 2 ground balls. And a big curveball in there for strike 1 on the outer half corner of the plate on the right-handed hitter. So 11-1 your score now, the Utes, and still K throwing a beauty for the Utes, just looking to see if he could dig in and get this last out. Pickoff move over to first. That was a great throw for the tag.
It's interesting that he did that. If he overthrows that keeps the game going right there, because that's going to bring home Allen. I would think he would just be working on the batter at this point. A little high.
Yep. He sure is missing that pitch up high for sure.
2 outs, runners on first and third, and the run over here in third could keep the game alive for the Broncos if they can come up with a hit here, a base hit. They've got the force out at second, and he's going to step back and foul that one off.
That was certainly ball 2.
He almost went golfing on that
Sure
one, didn't he?
Not almost. He absolutely did.
He
he lost all his mechanics on that swing.
He dropped his bat, and it looked like a golf swing.
Pulled out his back foot, opened the front foot, took a, bat barrel went straight to the ground. 1-2. Here's a big pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, fielded. Here's the throw to first. Had the easy out at second, and that should do it. This game, 11-1 win for the Utes, will end early, and Kirtland will drop their second game in this tournament, 11-1.
Yep, folks, that was 1 run on 2 hits. 1 runner left on, or 2 runners left on, 1 runner left on base, and 1 Uintah error. So that's going to do it as the Uintah Utes win 11-1. And we have some more games coming up. We got 3 more for the day. So
we do. And your Desert Sports Live player of the game, of course, is going to be a split player of the game. And how can you not pick the winning pitcher, number 3, Brickman K, as well as the third baseman, and Kason Massey gets the job done offensively and defensively for the Utes. So your Desert Sports Live co-player of the games is the third baseman, number 6, Kason Massey, and the starting pitcher, number 3, Brickman K.
All right, folks. Well, we're going to hop off so we can get some downtime, because we've only been getting about 20 minutes in between games. We're going to take a little bit of a rest here, but we will be back for that next game at
2:30.
Is it 2:30?
Yep, 2:30.
Oh, okay. Well, we will be coming back on again at 2:30 for the next game, so we'll see you soon.